Hi, this is Aurora from superchargedmath.com. Now, if you're having a hard time with math, you're in the right place because this is where we take the challenging math concepts and we make them easy. So if you want to learn math the easy way, just visit superchargedmath.com. Okay, let's get started. If I were to say to you, 6 over 25, is that a fraction or a decimal? That's a fraction, very good. Okay, now, what do I need to multiply the bottom by to get to 100? What do I multiply the 25 by to get to 100? You can show me with your hands, those of you who've got your videos on. Yep, what do you think? What do I have to multiply? 4, right? That's not a hard one, good. Now, can I just do that, or does that change the problem, or do I also have to do it on top? Yes, I do. I have to do it on top, don't I? So do you notice how if I have 4 over 4, what does that mean? 4 over 4 means the bottom number is the number of divisions. The top number is how many of those divisions we're talking about. So if the numbers are the same, that is one whole unit, which is 1. You can multiply numbers by 1 all day and nobody cares. You won't change the problem. It's not a big deal. So just be on the lookout for that. So what we're doing here is this is called equivalent fractions, and you learned this quite a while ago. Equivalent fractions, and that just means we scale a fraction up. So if I have a fraction 6/25, and I say what's the percent of that, you're like, I have no idea. If sometimes you can scale up the bottom to be 100, do you see how the top number, 6 times 4 is 24? The top number, so this is 24 hundredths. What that means is that top number is the percent because the bottom is 100. So if the bottom's 100, just rip the top off and put the percent sign on. That's the percent, so this is 24%. So 6/25 is 24%. Let's try another one. What if I have 3/4? What do I need to multiply the bottom by to get to 100? 4 times something gives me 100. I'll give you a hint, it was up here. 4 times, that's right, 25 gives 100. So remember, I've got to do it top and bottom in order for this thing to be 1. Okay, so 3/4 times 1 is, so we're going to scale up 3/4. We're going to inflate it until, we're going to scale it up till it gets to be 100. 3 times 25, you have 3/4, you have 75 cents. The bottom is 100, so that means we can rip the top off, and that is our percent. So 3/4 is the same as 75%. Before we do the next example, I hear from a lot of parents whose kids are frustrated learning math in their school. Now, if you can relate, I've got something I think can help. I'd like to invite you and your kids to join me for my free online class in learning fractions the easy way. Now, to register at no charge, just click the link below in the description or go to getmath.net/fractions. Okay, let's continue. Let's do another one. What if I said 1/2? How much is 1/2? Now, most of you know the answer to this one right off the top of your head, but pretend you didn't. What do you have to multiply the 2 by to get to 100? 2 times something is 100. 2 times, yeah, you guys are already giving me answers. Okay, 2 times 50. So top and bottom, 50. 1 times 50 is 50. Because the bottom is 100, we rip the top off and we say, hey, 1/2 is 50%. 50% off, that's half the price. Good. Okay, what if I say this, 6/10? What would you do here? Can you give me the percent? Can you do this one? Yeah, you'd scale this up. What would the bottom need to be? Yep, the bottom would need to be 10, and then the top is 10. So what do you get here? 10 times 10 on the bottom is 100. What's the top? 6 times 10 is 60. So this is 60%. If you remember from equivalent fractions, just going back really quick, we could multiply it by other things too, right? Like if I had 3/4 and I said, let's multiply it by 5/5, that would be okay. What do you get here? 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. So you see how we can scale them up to be different? Now, in this case, it's not 100, so we can't rip off the top. Yeah, we can scale that up. We can also scale it down. If I said 66 over 55, what number do you see? If I said 66, 55, what number is hidden in here? Yeah, 66 is 6 times 11. 55 is 5 times 11. This 11 over 11, because everything's multiplied, this is 1. So I can say, let's divide the top and the bottom by 11. 11 over 11 is 1. That gives me a 6 on top and a 5 on the bottom. So I can reduce fractions and I can scale fractions up. Okay.
If you want your child to learn fractions the easy way without all the tedious frustrations that so many kids face, then I'd like to invite you and your kids to join me for my online class, Learning Fractions the Easy Way. You can register at no charge by clicking the link below. It's also in the description and the comments. Simply go to getmath.net/fractions.